Hi folks, and welcome to this vlog. Today we'll be talking about the history of the Victoria line. So, where do I begin? Well, basically during the 1940s and the 50s, the overground was coming very overpopulated and the platforms would be overcrowded most of the time. So there's looking for alternative ways to basically ease pressure on the network. So they come up with the idea of what we now know as the Victoria line. Beforehand, when they was planning to build it, they had names like the Viking line and all sorts, but they come up then with the Victoria line because originally the line only ran from Walthamstow to Victoria when it opened in 1969, and then 2 years later in 1971 they extended it down to Brixton. This line is a very quick, a very first automated line for the Underground network, with only one depot at Northumberland Park. This line is entirely underground. The only time it comes above ground is for the depot. And yeah, basically, as I say, it's a very modern line. Obviously, the most modern line is obviously the Jubilee line on the underground, but this is a modern line as it will go. The original stock was the 1968-69 stock that originally ran on here up until about 2010, when the 2009, as pictured here, stock took over service. What was left of the original stock was divised up and mostly converted for manual use onto the Bakerloo line to help out keeping them trains going. As I say, it has a lot of passengers, as you can see here in the description, and yeah, and the trains are literally every 60 seconds to 90 seconds, and in literal rush hour you literally see one more that's parked up behind the next one because of the frequency of the train, of how around they get pretty full. As I say, say it's only got 16 stops, I believe. So, and yeah, as I say, and it only takes about half an hour to get from Walthamstow Central in the northeast to Brixton in the south, or Brixton in the south to Walthamstow Central in the northeast of London. Now, this station or this line was purposely built to interchange with most lines along the way. The only station that hasn't got an interchange on it is Pimlico, which was the very last station to be added to the line in the 1970s. They have obviously motifs and movable plaques on each station to represent the area they're in, unlike any other line. And if you travelled on this line, you also see there's not so many twists and bends. It's more or less like all straight, a bit similar to the Jubilee line extension, because obviously they have more accurate technology nowadays of when building tunnels. So as I say, yeah, so pretty recent line, and yeah, this is the Victoria line. So as I say, not much else I really can say about the line, only from what I've told you and everything that's coming on the screen of archives that I've pulled up and a bit of history on it in writing. But as I say, they are possibly thinking about obviously doing a Crossrail 2 to try and relieve pressure on the Victoria line, but that's still in the works. This train, as I say, was the first ATO train, which is automatic, but the driver can switch it into manual if needs be if the ATO fails. But as I say, if you go down to Brixton end of the line, you've got the extension tunnels in case the train oversteps the mark, and it's thought to believe that it's also being left open for future possible extension Same with the north. The only other added note was when considering to build this line originally, that the line was actually going to start at Woodford, so it can interchange with the central line at that end, and then continue round to Walthamstow. But their final, in the end, was from Walthamstow. But who's to say that that still won't be in the future? But yeah, so as I say, and the diagram coming up now showing you all the stops. It stops at all the main international, like, British Rail type lines and all that, and other lines. And yeah, and basically, that's pretty much it. And as I say, yeah, got obviously all these stations here. Some are built recent, some are really old because of them being originally part of National Rail, or British Rail as it was known as. And yeah. There you go. And then you got $2,009 stock rolling in. I say this is just very quick. Basically, no sooner as you sat down, the train's on its way. So that's how quick it is, folks. But anyway, I hope you liked this short tale of the history of the Victoria Line. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that little notification bell for when I'm releasing more videos and similar ones to what I release on my channel. And until the next time, guys, I'll see you guys soon. And until the next one, crack on. Bye, guys.